Stream is starting, Captain Coder at the helm. Bean water is ready. Today we will learn a lot. He loves the questions, he loves to sing. Join our Discord and follow him.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you. Apparently I have a light off. It looks so dark. So dark when that light's not on. I need that light coming at me. Happy Tuesday, everybody. I hope you're having a beautiful day wherever you happen to be in the world. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Captain Coder here on this beautiful Tuesday. We got Pedro P. Cruz. Pedro P. Cruz. Thank you for following me today. We got Pedro P. Cruz following the Captain Coder. Also, Security Live. Holy cannoli, Security Live. Thank you so much for the raid. Security. We got to get security alive in here. Security Live, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the Captain Coder Academy. We're just getting started here. Security Live, what were you working on, folks? Be sure to go give Security Live some love. Click that heart. Click that heart. Give them some love. Follow them. You want to see what they're working on? Do you see that? You see that raid coming? Boom. Big old raid coming in. Security Live, thank you so much for being here. I hope you're having a beautiful... Someone call security. Their security's here. They're coming for me. They're coming for me. They're taking me away. No. All right, folks. I'm sorry. I'm okay. It's a happy Tuesday, everybody. Security, I hope you've been having a beautiful morning. If you got a raid and run, feel free to get out of here. But I love it if you hang out. If you have some time, tell us what you're working on. Feel free to share some links if you got them. Working on a TTS, text-to-speech, I think, STS client with translation capabilities. Fabulous. Very cool. The world's coolest TTS and STS translation. So amazing, cool features. That sounds awesome. Dev TTS bot. TTS.bot, you have this domain? That's crazy. That's crazy. Choose your desired capabilities and click authenticate. It scares me. Very, very cool. If you got any videos, feel free to send them. I'm a little nervous to sign up live on stream, but I'm gonna check this out. Let's set this to our bookmark so that there'll be a chance I'll see it. There'll be a chance I see it here. I'm gonna put this back up here. I've thought about doing TTS, but I'm not sure. TTS from Security Live. All right, it's so wonderful to have all you beautiful people here with us on this beautiful day. It can translate what you say to another language.
Oh, I got that fix.
Thank you for the dopamine code, Monk. That's right. Thank you for the dopamine. Speak it on stream live. You have to test it. You tell me I have to test it. And pause the TS when speaking, voice recognition on Chrome. All right, let me do this on. I'm gonna, just so nothing terrible happens here. Since fix it 42 wants us to do it, we're gonna check it out. Authenticate. This is scary. The authenticate button does nothing actually. Hang on. Yeah. Look, let me show you. Nothing happens when I click this button. Nothing happens. Sorry. When I click the authenticate button, nothing oh, it's because I didn't click a thing. Hang on. I know, I just realized I was, look, Captain Coder's basic chat capabilities. Yeah. You know what, Security Live, I'm gonna pass for now. I look, nothing against you. It just scares me. If you got some videos, send it to me. Yeah, you can use it to ban people if you use the higher permissions. I don't want to do, look, it's not that I don't trust you. It's that when I'm live on stream, I'm trying to be better about myself doing these things. If you have a video or something to show us, let me know. Yeah. It's not that I don't, look, I always get nervous about these types of things. Trying to set it up as a personal policy there, to not do it. I hope that's okay. Okay, all right. Folks, but be sure to go check it out. Be sure to go check out Security Live. Thank you. I know I feel so bad. But welcome aboard. Welcome to Captain Coder's Academy. It's so wonderful to have you beautiful people here. All you beautiful people. I hope you're having a beautiful day wherever you happen to be in the world. I'm having a beautiful morning. Any day I can wake up and code with the crew is a beautiful day. Gotcha. I'm glad. I was like, I feel like you'd understand. Folks, if I missed something in chat, I'm so sorry. If I missed a hat redeem, let me know. Somehow I get nervous as well. This is the first time I hear from other people being nervous about doing these things. No, it's important. You got to be able to trust those things. It's not that I don't trust you. It's like a bunch of things. There's so many layers that could go wrong. Rap, you think security? Well, I try. I feel like I don't do a great job at it all the time. Poostack, would you give me a hat redeem? I can't tell. Oh, you did a no hat day? Did I miss a hat? Connie Dev, Lil Nya, nice to have you here. Security Live, Siler Atomic, Fuel Snabble, welcome back to the stream. Connie Dev, wonderful to have you here. Dramel, I know I missed a bunch of people, but it's so wonderful to have you here. Smab was asking why. Here's what Smab was asking. Smab, there's something interesting as well. So Smab is asking, so we include a bunch of these fonts in our final build. We include a bunch of these fonts in our final build here, all of these fonts actually, but we only ever use one when we run the game. So in our info renderer, here we use this one font. This code could be cleaned up a little bit actually as well. We only use this one font here, and so there's not a particularly compelling reason unless we're allowing the player to switch fonts to use any of these other ones. So let's go ahead and make a quick fix to this. We're gonna do a checkout here. I think I can do it directly on main. Smab, what do you think? Should I not? I feel like maybe I shouldn't do this directly on main. Look, part of me is like, it'd be so easy to just do this directly on main. Part of me feels like I should make a branch, do a pull request, do the merge in so we can see the story going through. But let's go the single developer route. The single developer route to just get rid of them all this way. Boom, like that. And now we got all of our fonts taken out. Okay, that felt like an easy enough one to do on main. Git add, git commit, dash m chore, remove unused fonts. Yeah, so if I was in a bigger company on a bigger project at my last company, for example, the last company I did, main branch was protected, stage branch was protected. The only way to get it in would be to do a pull request, and you actually have to have pull request with a review, which is a pretty good process. In some ways, it slows things down. Don't forget, you might also want to remove the asset files. Frankly, depending on the process and how QA is done, it could also be done on main, even in big company. It could, yeah. This is such a small change. The assets I don't mind because there's potential to reuse some of these. I think there's potential to use some of these. I don't know though. I don't know. Do you think it's worth getting rid of all of them? So here means they won't be bundled in. Welcome back to the stream, Kovalaki, Hero Fox, and Eileen Rude. Frankly, depending on the process and the QA. Might even be done there. Yeah, absolutely. I'm just referring to how, since we are starting to have people contribute to this project, I'm trying to be a little bit more fastidious. This slipped through, unfortunately. This would have been something that I would have actually, I actually would have prevented all of this from coming in. Let's come up here. Did I just really mess up? I delete. Oh no, those are just the fonts. Okay. We wanted to get rid of these fonts here. With the other fonts in there, we could play around with them. They're already in like the repository history. BK, great to see you. Welcome back to the stream. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Govalag, the code's compiling. Well, I'll show you what I got. We've made some progress. Remove unused fonts and font assets from project. There we go. Let's make sure to, before I do a push, we should probably run the test, do some testing here. Let me show you what we did yesterday, or what we started yesterday, and then what I finished. So these guys start out in the middle. Currently, there's a 7-second timer, and then they will start exiting. Every 7 seconds, another one of these guys comes out, I went back. What the strategy I was using yesterday, I decided. Okay, there we go. Yeah, absolutely. Running the program, run the tests. So these guys slowly come out. Congratulations on number 12, BK. Congratulations on number 12. The one thing is, yesterday we started this sort of, you may recall, I was getting really, really unhappy with the path I'd chosen for the refactor to get this door working. I think Whimsically made a suggestion that I use a board that just doesn't have a door here. So put a door on the main board. That's the one that gets drawn. And then when the enemies want to move through the door, just give them a different board for their understanding, their knowledge. Because it's not a physical board. It's sort of like a mental internal board. And so that's what I did. I went back, I refactored a bit. So let me show that real quick. Well, let's run these tests actually before I get too crazy. .NET tests. Thank you for the point, BK. Thank you for the point. I appreciate it. I appreciate it very much. I hope that energy picks up, BK. I know how that feels. So our tests still pass. That said, there's some tests in here I need to add at this point. The program runs, so I feel I have some level of confidence. Confidence that this is going to continue working. Let's make sure. Yeah, git, commit. Did I already do this? This should be an amend, I believe. Git, commit, there it is. Remove unused asset files. I removed them from the packaging here. Git status. Smab, I have a question for you. Smab, are you here? Are you actually here? If you're not actually here, I won't. I'll wait till another time. I'll send you another message out in the world at some point. I should have done this as well. Should have this formatting. There we go. Okay, you're here. So something I found interesting, I was developing on my Mac the other day. The files on Mac do not get copied, or they cannot be found in the Mac build. So I'm wondering if you have any insight as to why that might be happening. Is it the link? My initial feeling is there's something with the link that it's not doing properly on Mac. I haven't tested on Linux either. I was thinking I should test it on Linux, say what's going on with this. But on Mac, the assets aren't available when I go to run it. When I do the build, I don't think they get moved over. It's very, very weird. This game gives me so many flashbacks to coding at Pac-Man home past midnight at a friend's house, long past midnight. Yeah, fix it. I've found I've been having a ton of fun with this. But I am surprised at the amount of complexity, the amount of decisions, the amount of logic, the amount of things that Pac-Man has that I did not anticipate. I thought it'd be much simpler. Git status, git commit. Let's do an amend here. Okay, so I think we're in a good spot. Let's do a git push. I might have already done that. I might have to do a push F, git pull. Oh man, there it is. You haven't encountered. Okay, so what I will say is on my Mac, and it could be a VS Code thing too. On my Mac, when I do, it's in VS Code. When I do the start debugging, they don't show up. It could also be just in the settings where my working directory is. I don't know exactly what's going on. But on my Mac, I couldn't get it to work without physically moving the files. I'm gonna try it on Linux as well later. Okay. So, Rex, welcome back to the stream. Great to have you here on this beautiful, what is the day? Tuesday. It's a beautiful Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, my friend. Okay, let's take a look. I opened up some additional issues. I'm trying to follow. Again, we have people contributing here. I looked, yeah, Smab, I did do that on my Mac as well. And I couldn't, like I said, I couldn't get it going. On the Mac, here, let's see. When we build these things, the assets are getting moved over here. It's interesting. On my Mac, the assets don't show up here. And I don't know why. I have to manually copy them over. And like I said, my initial thought is Link might have, I don't know. That my gut feeling was Link was going on there. I'll have to look at it one more time. I'm gonna be working remotely. I already work remotely, but I'm gonna be traveling today and working remotely on my Mac. So maybe I'll give it another gander today. See if I can. I didn't spend much time. I was like, I don't want to deal with this right now, so I just had forced a copy of those things over. Quaz Sire. Let me know how to pronounce that. Quaz Sire. Well, welcome to the crew today. Quaz Sire, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follow. Dragon Spirit Grams, wonderful to see you. McNets, happy Tuesday, my friend. Welcome back to the stream. No worries, my friend. Dragon Spirit Games, enjoy your lurk. Thank you for being here. May your day be wonderful. And I always appreciate you popping in, saying hello. Okay, let's take a look at the issues that I've opened here. Thank you for the hat redeem, Hero Fox. Let's get a hat added to the set. My hat box is down on the floor yet. This is the first hat of the day. Thank you for the hat redeem. Dragon Spirits, thank you for the hat redeem. Let's get another hat on here. Thank you for the hats. Thank you for the hats. Let's get a hat added to that stack. Beautiful, beautiful. Keep my head nice and toasty, nice and warm. Okay. These are different things. I think I want to fix this bug because I think it'll be really easy. I think this one's going to be a really easy fix. It's Captain Hatter. Pooh Stack, thank you for the hat redeem. Let's get a hat added to the stack. Boom. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you so much for the hat. It's the Captain Hatter. It's true. That's true. And he's a Mad Hatter at that. This bug, I think, would be pretty easy. I was leaving some of these to hope people will contribute. Folks, if you guys want to contribute to this project, I've been having a blast chatting with Smab on it. Smab, you've been so helpful. Maybe we should do some of the fixes that you've mentioned as well as far as code style. Tuber Tugger made a commit. We did a little bit of pair programming, so if you guys want to contribute to this project, I'd love that. And I'm going to start trying to do that on future projects as well. Set it up so people can work with me on them. I think that's super fun. All right, I'm going to start this one. I'm going to create a pull request to fix this because I think this fix is really straightforward, really simple. We're going to do a delta time here to slow it down. So let's go ahead and assign myself to this issue like this. Then we're going to create a branch for it. Okay. So it's going to create a branch. Then I'm just going to check out this branch. Just want this line here. And then we're going to start working on this one. Boom. Oh, hang on. Get fetch origin. Oh, it did check it out. Never mind. What did it say here? It's a branch. Set up remote. That's okay. I don't know exactly what happened. All right. So this bug is when I'm running, the AI will pass these intersections if the frame rate's low. So a player could put, there's a potential cheat, there's a potential hack a player could do when playing the game to escape an enemy. Let me show it to you. Pagorli, thank you for the hat redeem. Let's get a hat added to the stack. Boom. Hat time. Thank you for the hat redeem. So this guy right here is going to be coming down this way. So he's coming down this way just to demonstrate it. He should follow me down here, but is going to continue down this way. If when I unpause, when I grab this window, the game is still running. He's going to pass that because so many frames have passed. See how he ended up down there. This guy ended up, that's interesting. That guy ended up outside. I don't quite understand that. That one's interesting. That one is super interesting. I don't know how that happened, but this should fix. Disco, welcome back. Hyper, great to have you here. This fix that I'm going to work on right now should solve this problem. So the idea being that in our game, when we do an update, we have a max delta time that can pass during a single instance. We don't allow more time to pass than so much. So what's a delta time? So 60 frames per second. So we can like lock it in to 60 or 30 frames per second. What's that? 1,000? 60 frames per second would be how many? Hang on, my brain. How many seconds per second? How many frames per second? What is that? It's like 1,000 divided by 60 or something. We don't want more time to pass than would be viable. This is a number of seconds. This is number of seconds. So why can't I figure? Why doesn't my brain like this here? Why am I having trouble having? Dinko, Dino Cage Plays. Welcome to the stream. 0.016 milliseconds at 50. Yeah. So hang on. Let me think about this. Dino, Dino, doop, 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 doop. Welcome to the stream today. Dino, is it Dino or Dino? Welcome to the stream. Happy to have you here on this beautiful Tuesday. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Dino Cage's Plays here, and he is a dinosaur. Dino, doop, 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 doop. Thank you for following the captain today. It is Dino as in, Dino as in dinosaur. Thank you for being here, Dino. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Happy to have you here on this beautiful Tuesday. Appreciate the follow. Stygian, welcome back to the stream. Happy to have you here as well. So this is delta time. Let's add a comment to this. Let's go up to the interface here. Let's go to the I added an iGame interface. Let's add a comment here. Given the amount of time to simulate, really it's the amount of time to simulate the game for. Simulate game to run the game in seconds. Progress the game forward at most max delta time. Okay. So up here I'm gonna add in a public double max delta time. So this is the maximum amount of time that a single call to update can have. A single call to update can have here. Progress the game forward. The specified, all right. Hang on. Progress the game forward. The specified amount of time in seconds. If delta, let's go with delta time. Delta time is greater than max delta time, then the game progresses max delta time. This comment I think could be a little bit better, but I'm trying to describe what this does and the side effect. I don't want it to throw an exception. I want it to proceed, but the game essentially is going to pause if too much time has passed, and it instead of continuing to run forever in the background. Maybe Tall, it's great to have you here, folks. If you guys don't, Maybe Tall, incredible up and coming streamer. Maybe Tall, thank you so much for sharing your game with me yesterday. Super cool stuff. Working on the Brackies, or was working on the Brackies Game Jam. I saw you making a little bit of polish on it recently. Thank you so much for your stream yesterday. I really enjoyed it, folks. Be sure to give Maybe Tall some love. If you want to watch someone working in Godot, Maybe Tall's the place to be, and you'll never know. Maybe Tall, maybe short, maybe cool, but definitely an awesome streamer. Go check out Maybe Tall, folks. Maybe Tall, I'm glad you're here. I hope you're having a beautiful day. I hope you're feeling well rested, or at least getting some rest. I know you are struggling. Just game jams can wear you out. I get that. All right, so we're gonna add in a max delta time here. Public double max delta time. And I'm gonna set this relatively low. I'm gonna set this if we're getting 60 frames per second, 1 second here would be that we can do 60 frames, 60 updates, 60 frames. I'm gonna get this down to, I think it's this here. This would be 60 frames. Let's double it to 32. We're gonna double it to 32, I think. Is that right? 0.032. We are working on a Pac-Man inspired game. A Pac-Man inspired game. And let's go up to, there's a second game state. There's a second game implementation that is going to be giving me an error here. That I added, there's a delegate game state I made. This is what I wanted to show everyone. There's a delegate game state I made. And this is a pretty, I like this hack. I don't like the memory inefficiency I'm doing here. So the way our enemies are ignoring doors, that's the wrong button. The way enemies are ignoring doors is I've created this delegate board game. It says, I'm a class that implements the same interface here so I can be used anywhere game casts. Game is the delegate. It's going to mimic this game, except it's going to have a different game board. This is the game board it's going to use. So if we come down to the implementation of this, it has, and I made this private because I'm not using it anywhere else but inside of this enemy actor here. The delegate board game just forwards, he takes in 2 arguments, a base game and a board. So this is the base game it's going to use as a delegate. So it forwards all of these things to that delegate game, except for this board here. So the last thing I need to do is add in, and I'm going to use my handy dandy light bulb here to implement using the delegate game, implement the interface, implement interface through delegate game there. You'll notice all it does is it says, by the way, use max delta time. When someone says max delta time, use the game under the hood here. So our game can continue to be modified. The only difference with this one is that the board is using a different board. So you can do some interesting things with this. I'm surprised this didn't fix this. Does not implement the interface. Let's make sure that that's a real error now. Okay, it just hadn't built yet. What's cool about this is we can do some, and thank you, I think Smab was one of the people that said, hey, you're way overcomplicated, and I felt that was true. And then I'm pretty sure Whimsically Made suggested using this particular strategy. Thank you so much for the hat redeem. Is just say, oh, just give a different board to those enemies. Thank you for the hat redeem, Eileen Rude. I appreciate it. And so this makes it really straightforward to say, oh, I didn't have to change any of my logic. I just said, oh, by the way, if you're ignoring doors, use a board that doesn't have doors. And so when we exit the middle section, they have ignore doors toggled on. When they're done exiting, it switches back to being toggled off. Scott, thank you for the hat redeem. Let's get a hat added to the stack. Royku says, watching you on the phone, Windows 10 and Linux Mint Cinnamon at the same time. Royku with the double watch, maybe tall wants to have a hat here. Thank you for the hat redeem. Let's get it going, folks. All my coding, Hyper. Thank you for the hat redeem. Getting this hat stack going. Oh, we're all woof, keeping my head, keeping that shadow. We need to overflow those hats. You guys are close. Going for that hat stack overflow attack. Thank you for that. Okay. So I've gone through, I've updated this here. I've added in a max. And basically what I want to do is I want to say delta time is going to be equal to math.min of delta time and max delta time. And I'm pretty sure this will say no more than 30 frames. Is this right? 30, run at least 30 frames per second. So this would actually be 1 divided by 30. I could do this. Actually. Make sure one of these are float. or double floating point number. That's right, Scott. Got to get that those neck muscles going. Years from now, we're gonna find out that Captain Coder has some kind of chronic neck problem from all the hats. I hope not. Let's not even think that into the world. Let's see if our game continues to run here. We'll see if our game continues to run here. And if I hit this, my enemy, I'm pointing at my screen here. See, notice my enemy doesn't. This guy previously would have moved all the way to the end. Pac-Man would keep moving down here. But if I hold this, I'm gonna hit P. Space to unpause. When I hold this, watch those guys. Before they would move super far. Now I let go, and it just sort of picks up where it left off. I'm curious if the game is running in the background. Let's see if it is. I'm gonna leave the game running in the background there. We come back. If Pac-Man should be killed if the game was continuing, it didn't. All right, so if you minimize the game stops running. I'm not sure if I like that or not, but it certainly solves that problem. One other bonus about this is it solves this. It makes the code that Smab wrote slightly obsolete, which is okay. I sometimes get headaches, usually due to muscles in my neck being annoyed. Ugh. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm very lucky. My partner gets migraines. She's relatively sensitive to migraines. The other option here would be to run, rather than pause the game, would be to run this code multiple times. So I might do this. So I'm curious what thoughts are on this. Public void update double delta time. I'm curious how people feel about this. This would be the other option, is we say delta time, and we say, hang on, I'm gonna do, well, delta time is greater than 0. Well, delta time is greater than 0. I'm gonna call update with, hang on. I can call this loop. It says just run it, but don't simulate that many frames. You have to run each individual frame separately to keep the game running properly. Here we go. Distron, welcome back to the stream. The Tortoise, welcome to the stream. Still not got a Hogwarts room yet. We don't have a Hogwarts room, not yet. Welcome back. Happy to have you here, Tortoise. Distron, how have you been? Thank you so much for sharing your game on Discord with us. Super cool stuff. So the delta time here, I want to do double simulate time is equal to math.min delta time max delta time, simulate time here, and then delta time minus equals simulate time. So this would be delta time here. Yeah, so this would simulate the number of frames that we missed. This is the other option. I'm not sure which one I like better. So in this case, when the game is not running, when the game isn't there, technically, so even though the game's not running, when I let go, it will jump forward. The game will continue to run. So even if the game's in the background, it'll simulate a bunch of extra steps there. So if I minimize this, why does the game stop when you move the window? Is it because the code is running on the UI thread, and should it turn on a different thread if so? Why does the game stop when you move the frame? So, great question, Smab. This is related to Raylib here. It's a good question. Should I have it run on a separate thread? It runs during each render. And this allows us to know the frame rate, how much time has passed. So in our main game loop here, and this code is kind of messy. If our game is not paused, we update the game, and this is a pretty standard loop here in most games is 1, update game, 2, draw game, 3, and then this is sort of the loop. This is sort of the loop here. So we update the game, we handle input, we get the user input, We update the game based on the user input, and then this is just drawing the game to the screen. So this is how we get the delta time passed in properly to our game. It says, well, how much time since the last runner? Most games don't pause while I jump. Oh, I just turned that off. I just turned that, yeah. Fun fact, so that's a good question. That's a good question. When I'm moving the window, for some reason, the Raylib, that's a Raylib question. You're right. You're right. That's an interesting thought. I don't understand that. Thank you for the hat. And yeah, sorry, I got distracted. I need to add in a, we're already to some fancy hats. Thank you for the hat redeem. Thank you for the hat redeem. And thank you for the reminder. I appreciate it. Let's get this zoomed out here. Get that corny hat in there. Yeah. Smab, you have that's a better question than I thought. And that's a question that I don't understand. Let's go ask. Raylib, draw thread, draw paused when dragging window. Is there something here? Support continue drawing while window is being resized. So there's a bunch of things. Change title here. Can we update this? I've been investigating if this is feasible. It seems that the current Raylib, it's not possible. Users should work at a lower level to accomplish this. So I'm assuming this might be even Sarah. Win32 do event processing during window resize and move. I found this in the GLFW. This could possibly be resolved by pulling GLFW thread during it. Microsoft has announced the additional C11 atomic thread and complex to Visual Studio be available. I suspect it probably will be better to wait for version 17.5. So this is just a bug. It looks like, unless they've fixed this kind of looks like a bug in Raylib, or a library that Raylib is using, what you return. So this is a Raylib thing, Smab, from what I can tell. Yeah, I didn't write the code to pause it while the window is being moved. And so you have this interesting question here. Kavadra Tisk, thank you for the hat redeem. Let's get a hat added to the stack. Look, here comes the hat. Here comes the hat. Let's get that added onto the top. Oh, hang on. Got to do a minor reallocate. I'm getting better. At exactly. Okay, so we need to work around this feature. Exactly. So that's why my solution is doing this kind of weird thing. Here. So my solution was, so it won't draw while I'm here. The option would be to pause. Mine continues running now. Under the hood, so technically it's paused. But when I let go, it runs a bunch of frames. Yeah, I wish it didn't do that. I wish it didn't do that. I don't know if there's an easy solution to it, but the comment I need to add to iGame here is, the game progresses the game forward the specified amount of time in seconds. If delta time is greater than max time, the game. Really, I just need this now. Is pause true when it's minimized? No, it is not true. It's only true if I hit space. Jibster, welcome back, by the way. Is paused is only true. We could probably make it so that if it minimizes, it turns is paused on. Now you'll see that now if I minimize it, when I maximize it, it catches up here. So if I minimize it, it's technically doing nothing. When I bring it back up, it's gonna simulate a bunch. If I bring it back up, oh, that was interesting. You know what? That was interesting. I was expecting Pac-Man to be killed there. Oh, he probably was and respawned. That's what's, yeah. He was killed and he'd already respawned and ended up back in this spot. So that is interesting. That is interesting to me. If I leave it minimized long enough, I should get a game over. There it is. Okay. So some interesting stuff going on there. If I maximize there's no screen teleport on maximize. We get a screen distortion. That's a feature that I would like to fix as well. we maximize, we get fat man, fat caps there. So that would be a nice little feature to add. Let's add an issue for that, actually. This was an easy one. BK, I'm sorry I missed your hat redeem. Let's get another hat added to the stack. I apologize. A lot of things going on, BK. Let's get a hat added to the stack. Here we go. There we go. Perfect. Looks how like how people play Cisco stretched. It's true. You just need to maximize it on a portrait monitor like I do. Yeah, I need a third monitor now. My whole setup will have to change if I get a third monitor. That's why I haven't done it yet. I want a third monitor so I can have it on that setup there. Code Monk, thank you for the hat redeem. Let's get another hat added to the stack. Well, look at all these hats. This hat that we're gonna get, we might get there. Let's get a fancy hat on. Hang on, we gotta do a reallocation. A hat reallocation. Let's hang on. Here we go. Oh, get the hat. I can do it. There we go. Oh yeah, there we go. Fast chat. Welcome back to the stream. I hope you're having a beautiful day, my friend. Use 4 monitors. Over at Tim uses 6 monitors, which blew my mind. I feel like that's all. I really only use the one, and then I usually have a little bit of something on the other monitor. Well, I want a monitor so I can do it in rotated. I forget what it's called. Is that portrait mode? So this is landscape. Yeah, I want portrait one. And I think it would be so much better for some of the stuff. I want one that is portrait. 4 would be better. I don't even know what I would put on the 4th one. I'm sure I would find something to use on there. Thank you for the hat redeem, by the way. I appreciate it. Okay. We are farmers. I think I got this feature done. I think I have this feature in here. Here's what the bug. When the frame rate is low, the distance from the enemies, they may pass the intersection. So we've finished this. Easy fix. There was an issue I wanted to open. What was the issue? Does anyone remember what the issue was? Get status. This one was easy. Format. Coming to these. Format. Potentially don't even need max delta time in here. This could be part of just the underlying implementation. I'm gonna make this just part of this one. And then we don't need this here. Added a space there for some reason. All right, so they don't need a change there. Format, and then .NET test stretch mode when full screen. Thank you, Hyper. Yes. A new issue here. Feature window stretch. Let's just put that there. Well, while I finish this, we'll come back to it. All right, so this one here is going to be bug or feature. I'm not sure if this is a bug or a feature. Bug or fix. Add fix number 9. And then show you number 9. By adding in using max delta time in game. All right, only 50 minutes already. Mini hats, man. Brave G, welcome back to this chat. Yeah, they're going for it today. Chat's really going for it. And let's sync this up here. Let's open up a PR. Let's get this merged in. Easy merge. All right, compare and open a pull request. Fix using max delta time. Create a pull request. Let's eyeball it. Let's run those tests. Hang on, I didn't run the tests. I should set up some automation here to automatically run the test.net tests. Oh, I did run the test. Look, I did do it. I did it. Oh, the one thing that I can do here is I believe this makes Smab's code obsolete. In our board. This should just mean that the X code I wrote should never run. Yeah, we can. So my question really comes down to, should we use it or not? It's inside of test less than 1 second. Yeah. So my question is, should we go ahead and remove this? The answer, I think, is I'm not sure. This code is never going to execute during actual gameplay. We'd have to remove some of the tests for it as well. Dev Dad, welcome back to the stream. Happy Tuesday indeed. It's a beautiful Tuesday. It's an absolutely gorgeous Tuesday. I hope you're having a beautiful Tuesday as well. What did you work on today, Dev Dad? What was the progress that you made? So if I remove this, we will have some test break, and I'll have to remove those tests. I kind of like this as a safety. The one thing is that this just never executes during actual gameplay. Kind of like it in there as a safety. I'm curious what other people might think. I do like the simplicity of this pull request. Progress the game forward the specified amount of time in seconds. Still automating testing. One endpoint away from full test coverage, proving backwards compatible safety. DevDad, that's awesome. That's awesome. Congratulations. Maybe at least add a comment. I like that. In regular gameplay, this should never execute as the delta time during gameplay should always be at most 1/30th of a second. So I think at least we should add this. Congratulations, number 18 and 19 and 17 to Lance, Maybe Tall, and DevDad. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for the doy, Lance. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Let's get that in there. Get status. Do a re-push here. It really should be part of that. We can update that there. We'll make GitHub nice and angry at us. There we go. Add a link to the issue. Here, you'd add a link to that issue, specifically the closed one. So you'd say add it to a link to this issue. Interesting. Issues here. This code was made redundant by this issue, by fixing this issue. There we go. I do wear a lot of hats, thanks to you guys. I like that. Weren't you going to move away from Raylib in favor of DirectX, OpenGL, would also saw Raylib's feature? Kvadratist, I don't know. I don't know where you got that impression. I did say I was going to make a WebGL version. I think I'm going to do a WebGL version of this. I don't think I ever said I was going to move away from Raylib. My code is agnostic to Raylib except for the rendering portion. So Raylib is what I'm using to render my game currently, but the code is agnostic to it. Keep it with simplicity. Yeah, I think so. Using Ratlib is definitely the simple way to go. Lance, thank you for the hat redeem. Let's get another hat on here. We might have to readjust. I don't know how well. I don't know if I can reach that high here. Thank you for the hat redeem. Get a hat added in here. There we go. Really get them in. Oh, really bring it on down. Thanks for the hat redeem. Smab, I hate typing on mobile as well. I hate it. I like this though. I think you just misheard me on that one, Kavadratisk. I do believe I think you're referring to me saying, oh, it would be fun to do something with Raylib. All right, let's do a git push. Oh, sorry, with WebGL. And do a direct implementation with it, which I'm thinking we might still do. Okay. All right, I think we got this in here now. So this will actually fix, this should fix this here. So we just added in a little comment there. So someone coming in seeing this vestigial code be like, why is this in here? What is this doing? There are tests for it. Technically, you can make a game that didn't do this and you would still want to avoid going through walls that way. This just does a nice simple while loop that just updates delta time. And then we call the original update here. We renamed this variable delta time apparently. All right, now we're done. Okay, all right, I'm happy with it. Let's get that merged in. Merge pull requests. And we'll delete that branch. It closes the issue for us. Boom. Let's do get checkout main, get pull, get, let's delete it locally. 9, there we go. All right, then we're gonna open up another issue here. Window stretching, window resize should maintain, what is that? What is it called? The aspect ratio bug, but bug here. Currently resizing the game window scales the inner game board to match the resolution of the window. This results in a stretched, in a distorted game view. Moo, welcome back to the stream. X9, great to have you here. Just to get more hats. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy the hats. And let's take a screenshot of that. We want to maintain the aspect ratio internally on this window. So if I were to stretch this, let's take a screenshot of that. I think if I press, what do I do to get just the window? We'll just do it here. Boom. Copy to clipboard. And let's paste this in. There we go. When resizing the window, the game should scale using sort of the size of the board right now, using the, it's interesting here because at the very least the board should rescale, maybe not the text. The text doesn't necessarily need to scale, but let's go to the game or program. The program, the board height, using the board width and board height, or something like, when we're saying the game should scale and maintain the aspect ratio. There we go. Submit new issue. This one is a bug. Can I ask you something, maybe a bit more off topic? I admire your consistency of being able to just code so much. I think there's somewhat more motivation on coding if you're streaming teaching, but I am currently struggling really hard with just coding after work on my private projects. Frustrating, you know. How do you do it? I wish I had a great answer. For you. I find I am mostly just inspired to do this. I am working on, so technically this project, the way I look at it, this is for work. I love my job. Maybe that's a little bit much because I get burnt out. I have been waking up and doing coding projects my entire life. At the end of the day, I'm burnt. At the end of the day, I don't feel like doing much. I mostly relax. For me, the strategy that I use, and it just works well for me, is this is essentially the first thing I do every day. This is the first thing I do every day. And I technically, this is kind of stuff I'm doing for work. I would say this is really work related for me. This one is a quick, yeah, this one's a quick 3-day project. This one's been going a bit longer than I usually do. And so, but I'm just having so much fun with it. Usually I do projects, I switch things up every couple of weeks. That's another thing I think X9Moo is I don't stick to the same project for a long time. I'm always moving to the next thing. I feel like when I have been working on the same project for a long time, that I do get burnt out. It's hard to find the motivation to keep working on that thing. I have worked on longer projects, but I do move from project to project. I think if you're in your free time, in your private projects, if you find yourself not motivated to work on one thing, maybe you could work on another project, find something fun, maybe in a different programming language, maybe just something alternative that you're doing. Streaming has been a really cool experience for me. I will say that my productivity has dropped drastically since I started streaming, but I think my morale in general has been higher because I love hanging out and chatting with you guys, and my learning is way higher. Stuber, Sebastian, welcome back to the stream. Did you get the answers and backgrounds of the game from some public open source? No, we made them on stream. We made them. So we actually made these and the sprites. So we created these. Yeah, it was. I need to get better at not being so long-winded on those answers. So that answer, I think, was not as concise as perhaps it could have been. So a little bit long-winded, but let's go to our enemy sprite here. So yeah, we made these sprites on stream. Stubert. These, I will say that these sprites, if you want them, I have open sourced them. And they're licensed under MIT license on the GitHub repository. So if you want to use them, you can. And I'll be publishing them on OpenGameArt at the end of this project once we have them all together. Roadmuck, we're really close to adding features. We're really close to being able to add in cool features. I didn't realize, here's something that's interesting. Notice, I didn't realize I had adjusted my overlay. It's slightly opaque down here on my face, which is interesting here. And I just hadn't noticed because I've been so good at keeping the dark background there. Interesting. I didn't know that was a thing that I had done. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I think it's okay. I think it's nice because you can still see what's back there just in case something ends up underneath me. Okay. Let's pick the next thing we want to do. What is the next thing we want to do? And just a reminder, folks, this project is completely open source. If you'd like to attempt to contribute to it, I think this is a great. There's some good first issues on here. There's some good things that we could do. Thank you for lurking. Thank you for being here, X9. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, I think aspect ratio would be a good one to fix. It does. So here's my thought on it. This is sort of the one I want to do. It doesn't feel like it progresses the game, like the actual gameplay much, but is something I think I can finish on stream. Yeah, it feels like something I can finish on stream. And so let's take a look at that. I also think enemies should reset on player death is a good one. Game level increasing on all dots is a good one. And this one is harder. I feel like this one, I have to design something. These ones should be relatively easy to do. And it means a break from logic for your brain. Oh, I like that, Smab. I like that. So we're gonna do that. I think we're gonna do that unless anyone else wants to see one of these other ones done. And while we're here, folks, I don't normally ask for, I try not to ask for much. I feel weird doing it, but people keep telling me to do it more. If you want to, I'd appreciate it. come over to captaincoder.org. Go over to captaincoder.org. Is that the link I actually wanted here? Oh, I just want to remind people you can support captaincoder.org by becoming a sponsor. What I really meant to do was say, come over to the org page. This is the one I wanted. Come over to the org page, and if you click that, hang on. This is not what I want. Click follow. Click follow. I'd appreciate it. Get our follower number up on Captain Coder's Academy. All right, I'm done rambling. I hate doing that. Maybe I should just not do it. We got an excellent raid, Glitch Bite. Thank you for the raid, Glitch Bite. Raiding us. We got Glitch Bite raiding us today. It's the Glitch Bite. Welcome aboard. How are you doing on this day? Glitch Bite, what were you working on? Let us know what you've been doing here. If you got any links for us to check out, feel free to post them in. Thank you so much for bringing your crew here on this beautiful Tuesday. We are working on our Pac-Man inspired game, Capman. I did something weird here. There we go. We're going to work on this here. We're going to assign it to myself. We are going to create a branch for this issue. Here. Working on building a computer from NAND to Tetris. Ooh, are you falling? I forget who does it. There's a YouTube series. There's an online educational project that is there. You got a link to it. Send it, because I think this is one of the coolest projects out there. I love Tetris. Send a link so other people can find it. Super awesome. Okay, we are currently working on fixing a bug in our scaling. It's not really a bug, it just hasn't been worked on, in our aspect ratio. Okay, so hang on. It gave me the, all right, well, let's just do it this way. Click here, boop. Glitch Bite, thank you for the Glitch Bite with the double raid. Holy cannoli. Thank you for the double raid. So nice. You raided twice. Glitch Bite, points. Points for the double raid. Points and OX Glitch Bite. 500 points for the double raid. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. So nice. They raided twice. Thank you for the link to NAND Tetris. Super cool project. Absolutely. I haven't done this with my students, but I've thought about turning this into a class. I just think it might be, I don't know if I have enough time to do this in a class that, it'd be 1 hour a week for 8 weeks. I don't think I could finish this whole project in a class that is that short. Just because there's so much. Well, you know what I could do? I could turn it into 2 parts. And do it 2 terms. Maybe I'd do it. It's really cool project. Yeah. Anyway, thank you again for that link. Folks, be sure to go follow Glitch Bite. Okay, we're gonna work on this bug here. Here is the bug. Yeah, Smab, I think you're right. It's just all about scaffolding. Here's the bug we're fixing. The scale here, we need to maintain the aspect ratio when we scale, so it occupies the center. In this case, it occupies the center of the screen. If I scaled it wide like that, occupy the center. If I scaled it tall, it would occupy the middle. So we want to maintain the aspect ratio when we scale. Let's take a look at this. This might be a good opportunity to do some refactoring of this whole program here, which is pretty gnarly. I'm not gonna lie, super gnarly. I have a newsletter where I pull back the layers of computer abstraction. I'm interested for my URL. Ooh, yeah. Absolutely. Maybe we'll look at this after the break if I remember. I apologize if I don't. When dragging the window, I think it should end up with a size that is the correct aspect ratio rather than showing in the middle. When dragging the window, I think it should end up with a size that is the correct Smab, that's what I meant. I didn't mean just centered in the window. I meant, so when I made it wide like this, it should show up in the middle because the aspect should be there. But if it's the correct aspect tall like this, it should center with the, when dragging, I think it should end up with a size that is the correct aspect rather than showing in the middle. Are you suggesting that the size of the window, so if I were to drag out like this, it would snap back, the window, rather than let it resize, would snap back to the correct aspect size? Is that what you're saying? So if I were to put it over here like this, it would be small. I think it shouldn't be allowed to be a window size that is the incorrect ratio. Gotcha. Ooh, that's an interesting thought. Is that a behavior that is expected, except when maximized? Yeah, so that's what I was gonna say. When I go to maximize it, it feels like it should do a thing. I'm going to start, that's an interesting thought. I'm gonna start with the resize of just getting it maybe over to the left. We'll change the aspect ratio on it. And then maybe resize it down. There's a trick we'll have to do to make it operate differently if it is maximized, if we choose to go that route. I've been loving Raylib Glitch Blight. The simplicity I really liked. The lack of documentation, I have mixed feelings about. I have mixed feelings about the lack of documentation. This should be here. That shouldn't be included in this branch though. That should be on main. Let's go to main real quick. Get checkout main. Get status, get add, get commit -m, chore, fix style, clean issue. Get branch, get checkout 17. Merge main. Test to see if it matches the height and width of the screen, or does it have something that can test for max size? I think there is something that can test for max size. I think the window knows if it's maximized. So in what I can do is I can say config flags here. What I can do, there's things like this. It knows set the maximum window. Set to maximize window, expanded to the monitor. So we can do stuff with it here for that reason. What I can do is I can say, I could potentially, yeah, I don't know. I think we can detect if it is raylib.window is window full screen. This is interesting. That is interesting. Is window full screen? Get window. I want to know, can I get the flags? This is where the documentation being relatively poor is not useful. Maximized. Check if the is window maximized. There we go. We can do this. We can do this. So is window maximized, is window resized. Check if the window has been resized last frame. So we can do stuff like this. Is window focused, is window maximized. Cool. If the window's not focused, we can pause the game. Stuff like this. Is window minimized, is window hidden. All right, so there are methods we can do here to check if the window has changed size. Okay. Currently, all right, so I would like to, at the very least, oh, this new behavior thing is horrible, by the way. This needs to be a real behavior. Handle window size. I would like to have a method here. Here it is. This is where we scale. This is where we scale here. Get, all right, so I'm gonna write a method. I might react to that new code later. Yeah. This whole program.cs needs to be completely refactored. And that might be a good one to do. Probably a big issue, actually. This should be rectangle. Get scaled resolution. Right here. Right now we do this. We're gonna have to do a little bit of math here. Scaled resolution. Might not have time. Actually, I'm bust for the next few days. No worries, Smeb. No worries, Smeb. I always appreciate it. Coaxed with the hat redeem. Holy moly. And Rio Sky Ninja, welcome back to the stream. Coaxed, happy to have you here. Let's get another hat added to this stack. Hats. We're building up here. We're building up here. Let's get a hat added to the stack. Thank you for the hat redeem. There we go. There we go. Let's get this in here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's the National Zoo hat. There we go. Thank you for the hat redeem. Okay, let's keep going. Get scaled resolution. Right now it's just returning scaled resolution. What we need to do is we need to maintain the aspect ratio. Maintain an aspect ratio here. So rather than just doing get screen width and get screen height, raylib.get screen size. I want to get all right, we can do it this way. Is this a double? I'm assuming this is int. Okay, int screen width, int screen height. I really liked doing this equals raylib.get screen width raylib.get screen height. Right, so we can do this. Pull the screen width, pull the screen height out. We have the board width and the board height. And these again are integers. Okay, so we have board width, we have board height. And we need to make sure the board width and board height don't resize. Don't mean to derail, but seeing your background, I'm curious if you have a favorite Pathfinder 1E campaign. I actually, you don't like the var here. Because we lose the type information? Is it because this is two objects as well? I've been playing around with knowing whether or not I like a syntax or not. Gotcha. May I post a Godot doc link? It mentions an aspect ratio concerns. It might help point in the right direction. Feel free to send them. Yeah. I think I have, I don't think this is that challenging. The one thing I will say is I kind of need these to be doubles so I don't lose so that I'm going to end up having to do a rounding thing because it's not going to scale perfectly. I think. Let's go with I actually haven't glitchbite. I actually haven't played Pathfinder. I have. I played a lot of Dungeons and Dragons stuff. If I looked at the Raylib example, Jeff, do you have a specific example you're interested in me looking at? Or we might actually have, this is an interesting idea. Aspect, there's no ratio. There's no aspect ratio. Aspect doesn't exist here. The letterbox, Jeff says. The letterbox. So there's an example you're suggesting I look at. We got a lot of things coming at me all right at the same time here. Examples. Letter box. Core window letterbox. What is the purpose of this example? The minimum size, texture, resizing. Lance, thank you for that link to the resolutions and aspect ratios. Might have to look at that. Welcome to Lurk Mode, Glitchbite. Again, thank you so much for the raid. Appreciate you being here. Hope you have a beautiful day. Keep coding, keep growing, keep being the best you can be. You're welcome back anytime, my friends. You're welcome back anytime. This is sort of what I'm doing here. And then the rectangle, get screen width. Yeah, so they're doing this to, I believe, centering it in the middle of the screen. This is sort of what I want to do. Screen width times the scale, that sort of thing here. You're welcome. It was just a quick glance, still working, but I will certainly poke around as I can. The question pops up, how should assets be created to handle multiple resonance aspect ratios? Oh, this is specifically, Unity. This is my question about Unity somehow does interesting scaling with those images so they still feel pixelated correctly even though the screen size has changed. This is cool. I'm gonna have to read more about this. The hat sack whimsically made. It's not tall enough for you. Apparently, we need another hat. Thank you for the hat, Redeem. Let's get a hat added to this stack. Let's get a hat up here. See if we can get it in. Oh, there it is. There it is. Thank you for the hat, Redeem. Thank you for the hat, Redeem. I appreciate it. Okay, gotta keep those neck muscles strong. Oh yeah. I need to put a mic there so you guys get the ASMR of the neck pops. Okay. The ratio that I want to find, stack after a break. It's true. That has been the agreement from the very beginning. That has always been the agreement. Let me get double. The ratio, double ratio should be our 16 by 9, so it's width to height, right? Screen, so board width divided by board height. This is our ratio. They need to be a double. Yeah. Double. I don't think I need to cast them both here. So we have our ratio here. And I need to take this ratio, given the ratio of our board width divided by our board height. Let's get scaled ratio. Our width should be our screen height times that ratio. Is that correct? Or should it be the other way around? I'd have to write this out real quick. So then we'd end up with just width here. Let's take a quick gander. So this seems okay. Okay. So that was correct for my height. Okay. So it scales there. And then SMAB has this idea that I think would be simple enough, say, to keep it there. We could also figure out, given that the height is the larger figure, you should be adjusting with width. Given that height is the larger figure, you should be adjusting with width. It's going to be dependent on, so for example, okay. It's kind of cool that it just goes to full screen. It's okay. If I drag this out, nothing happens because it stays consistent. It's when I make this bigger. Given when we resize, I can make it non-resizable. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice here. Given Game feels a lot better when it's that speed. So the question becomes, if I were to drag this out this way, the behavior that I think I want is that it centers on the screen. It centers on the screen there. If I go up, a simple thing to do would be, if I do make it bigger this way, to just resize the window. So we could also do the following. We could also do the following here. Raylib dot set window size. Hang on. Did it up here. Set window size. Yeah. Set window size to our int width raylib dot get screen height. So if I resize it this way, it automatically goes out that way. If I try and make it wider, it just says nope. If I full screen it, we end up this way, which is interesting. I think I'm kind of okay with that. I do think this feels pretty good. You know what? That behavior seems okay. It feels like when I do resize from the left, it should still try and shrink down. So we need to figure out which one. This is a relatively okay change in my mind. This change here I'm okay with. It feels, the full screen feels weird. A little bit weird. Can I go full screen? No. I'm kind of okay with it. Okay. We can do a minor optimization here to only recalculate this when the window has changed sizes. So we can start out up here. Rectangle scale rect equals get scaled resolution. And I can use scaled resolution here. Scale rect. It won't calculate when we resize, but we can have an event. There was an event here. If raylib dot is screen, swear there was a resize is window resized, okay, so check if the window has been resized since the last frame. Then we'll do this. Wonder if this is gonna. All right. So now we're not recalculating this every frame. Yeah. I have no idea what you're referring to. My name is not Jessica. There we go. Yeah. It's a good guess, though. It's a good guess. Okay, so now this is working okay-ish. The full screen behavior is interesting, and I think I'm okay with it. I think I am okay with the full screen behavior the way it is. That said, this whole thing needs to be reset. I do like that the aspect ratio was relatively easy-ish to resize. Let me ask you a question. Do people feel if I resize this way, should it Oh, that is, it's not actually snapping to, it's what's happening is when I resize, it repositions the window in the top left. And then I'm telling it to remove the right side of it. So what we could do is we could just actually get rid of this set window size here. So I'm pretty sure if we do that, I'm 90% sure what's happening is because the window ends up in the top left, says, oh, and then shrink it to the left. That's actually really, it feels like weird behavior. I think we should do it based off which size there. So what's interesting about that SMAB is check this out. That's like a behavior that other windows have. This window has a minimum width. If I put this over here, it like still makes the width big on that side there. Yeah, that's an interesting one. But I think that is an expected behavior. I think what I want to do is I want to find which of a corner case. Absolutely. All right, folks, we're coming up on our first break here. I think I want to take a break before I move into the next thing because this feels pretty good where it is. The thing I want to do next is I would like to, I don't like the behavior of the window resizing. I personally don't like the behavior of the window snapping. What I want to do, oh, maybe I do like that behavior. Hang on. I don't know what I like. Here's what I don't like. Here's what I don't like. When my window gets dragged out this way, snapping back over is what I don't like. When I drag it up and it resizes that way, I like that. I don't like that it doesn't work when I come out this way. So I have some options to consider in the solution to this. I have some options to consider in the solution to this. And we'll talk about these when we get back from the break. But I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna get myself another tea. I'm gonna get myself some water. Something like that. Some windows don't let you drag to incorrect places at all, so the UX is different. Yeah. So hang tight, everybody. We'll be back. Don't go anywhere. Captain Carter will return shortly. Take care. I'll be right back. All right, everybody. Camera's way high. There was this much hats before. Let's bring the camera back in. All right, everybody. Captain's back. I missed you. I hope you didn't miss me too much.
You
We're
in
gonna
the
get some
back.
stretches in.
Pay attention.
Pay attention, Dremel. Trying to get some stretches in. I'm gonna encourage you to stand on up, everybody. Codebug, thank you for the welcome back. Oh, get on up. Get on up every 90 minutes. 60 minutes, 2 hours tops. We gotta stop, take a break. Take care of ourselves like the captain loves you. You should love you. If you love you, gotta love that body. Love that body by giving yourself some stretches. Maybe just get up, walk around, do something just for a moment. Get away from your hunched over state. Oh, let's start out with a forearm stretch. Take those fingers, pull them back slightly so you get a little bit of tension in the forearm, and then you're just gonna hold it there. Hold it there. I'm gonna hold it there for 15 seconds. I'm gonna switch to the other side. Oh, doesn't that feel good? If you feel any pain, go ahead and stop. You don't want it to hurt. You want it to feel good. You want to get that nice stretch, just a little bit of tension. Oh, yeah. Go ahead and roll that out. We're going to switch to the other side now. Grab those fingers, pull them back. Oh, doesn't it feel lovely? Doesn't it feel good to be alive? Doesn't it feel great to take care of ourselves? I know I like it. I like to take care of myself. I like to I like to pretend I take care of myself. And at least this way I get a little bit of care. What's going on here? Something... That's weird. Oh man, that's my baldness. That's my baldness happening. Go away, baldness. All right, I'm not too bald yet, but it's happening. This patch looks super weird. That's interesting. sorry. All right, let's go ahead and reach up. We're gonna stretch up. Oh yeah. Get this man a hat. I know. Like, what's going on here? I can't tell because it's not a real mirror. And you got to keep in mind, I'm looking at like this little tiny screen. Let's lean to the other direction now. Yoga streams win. Yeah, Glitch Bite. Gotta take care of ourselves. Yoga stream would be interesting. When I was working I do work in a remote school, but when the pandemic was going on, I was working at a school that wasn't remote, and we had these online yoga classes that we could attend. That was really nice. Oh, go and let it down. Let's do some shoulder rolls. Take those shoulders, roll them up, back, and down. 2, 3, 4. Add the elbows. 2, 3, 4. Full arms. 2. Faraday. Welcome back. 4. Roll them forward. 2, 3, 4. Add the elbows. What do I need to do? 2, 3, 4. What is the I need to get a sponsor. Someone to sponsor Captain Herd. Oh yeah, shake it out. Someone to sponsor Captain Herd to like is a the hair the hair stuff, you put it in, keeps your hair from slowly falling out. What's going on? Is it just me? That looks weird, right? Something weird about this patch. Hang on, I gotta make this bigger here. What's going on? I think it's just an optical illusion. Yeah. I think the hair is just matted in a weird way from the hat. Yeah, that's what we'll go with. Just an optical illusion. My hair's fine. Folks, thank you so much for joining me in those stretches. We're going to hop back into our code here. Points. Add all 125 points to all you beautiful people. Thank you guys for being here. Faraday, I hope you're having a beautiful day. Thank you again, Faraday, for coming onto the stream, sharing the project you are working on. Awesome stuff. Okay. Don't worry, the more bald you get, you become closer to wizardry. That's what I've heard. And, it scares me. So what are we working on right now? We are working on this aspect ratio bug. So right now, if I resize, the window will snap to the right size. If I resize this way, it snaps back. So something I think I can, like an easy fix, an easy check I can make. Easy to leave. Welcome back. With great baldness comes great responsibility, is what I've heard. And I don't want any responsibility. I want to keep my hair so I can be as irresponsible as I've always been. People keep wanting Captain Coder to be more mature. Captain Coder doesn't want to be mature. Captain Coder wants to be irresponsible, write lots of bugs, skip those unit tests. No one wants to be responsible. That coffee. Oh, it's not coffee. That tea, that beverage, that warm beverage is delicious. Let's hop back in here. Skip those units. Nobody wants to write tests. I know that, Phil. This ratio is, I think as you drag one or both sides, the size of the whole window should change. Yes. Oh, Smab, you're saying, I don't think I can make, you're saying that as I drag this, it should just be resizing as I go. I don't know that I can do that. I don't think I have the power to deal with that. So you're changing the name to Cowboy Coder then, not to be confused with Cardboard Cowboy, of course. Cowboy Coder, Todd Makes Game, welcome back to the stream. I'm glad to have you here. Smab, I think you're saying as I drag this, it should be resizing each step of the way, right? So the screen should be, this down here should go ahead and like update the width. I don't know. That's what other programs that preserve aspect ratio tend to behave in my experience. I'm pretty sure the whole game pauses. This comes down to the same thing before, whereas I don't think there's an event I can attach to in Raylib that lets me do that. So if there was an event that said while resizing, yeah, I think it's a Raylib thing. I think it's the exact issue we were looking at before, is there's no way to Raylib redraw while resizing. I think it's this exact same issue. How to draw while resizing GLFW window. So I'm pretty sure it's the same thing here. Marius, raiding us today, Marius. Thank you so much for the raid. Faraday, thank you for the dopamine. Marius, how was your stream? What were you working on? Let us know. Always love to know what you guys are doing. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure this is still an open issue. The version 6 of Raylib, yeah. So I think for now, this is not something that we can deal with directly with Raylib. We would need to do additional lower level work in the library. There's no option for compiling. Yeah, here's a compilation. Although this is Raylib 5, this issue is still open. Yeah, so my games are full screen in any case. Yeah, so there's something here with that. Mary says, working with geospatial data and Unreal Engine. Fun stuff. Very cool. Are you making like an augmented reality game? That sounds really cool. Do you have any screenshots you'd like to share with us? Feel free to share them here or on the Discord. You got a spot for you to share them on the Discord if you'd like. That sounds really cool. How long have you been working on your project, Marius? Yes, ma'am. I like the idea of it redrawing as it's going there, but I just don't think raylib dot is we have this is resized, not like size. Yeah, there's no event. Honestly, the way I would like this library to work is to have an event that I attach to rather than this method that I call. Yeah, exactly. I want an event that says is window window resized, and that event tells you the current resolution, and then you could do a thing here, but the whole thing pauses. The frame rate just completely stops running. The project completely stops running. So I think that's a deficiency in Raylib. So the solution to solve this would require a lot of lower level stuff. Jeff says it's an OpenGL thing. Gotcha. I did not know that. I see. Which Raylib is using. Okay. So the solution here is I want to find, given my screen width and height, so let me just verbalize it. Given my screen width and height, which of these takes up the correct space? So screen width, if I were to scale it this way, does my game fit into the window? So there's sort of like this interesting question here. It says, if width is less than screen width. So after we do this, if the width is less than the screen width, we want to scale it the other way. Is that true? If the width is less than the other width. In this case, we do double height is equal to I don't want to do the division. It feels weird to do the division there. Is it screen width divided by ratio? Does this become it? Andreas, welcome to the stream. We are working on a feature here in the Pac-Man game for resizing. So when we resize, we want the aspect ratio to stay the same. When I resize out to that, right now we're just sort of snapping the board in here. Welcome to Lurk Mode, Smab. I always appreciate it. And what I want to have happen is we're figuring out which is the minimum. We're going to resize our width first, so we find the width ratio if it doesn't work. Do it with the height ratio. I think I can do double height is equal to screen height. We'll do this. And we want to, and width equals screen width. We're going to find the spot to put it in here. And this becomes int height like this. I think this is the correct way. So you're saying, okay, well, we're going to check the width. If the width doesn't work, we're going to go ahead and say, okay, well, set the width to the screen width. Let's try this. And then we got to resize here to width and height. I kind of don't like this snapping thing. Okay, so now when I rescale it that way, it's okay. There's one problem now, which is when I go full screen. This is exactly the problem I was considering. When I go full screen, yeah, now it's like, oh, well, the width is so big here, right? It's defaulting to the width rather than the height of this thing, and I actually can't seem to get it down there. So that is like an interesting behavior. And so we really want to do something in between where I say, as I'm rescaling this way, one option is to not reset the window size, I think. And then we need to say, okay, well, scale my camera so the black borders are formed and the user can just scale the window how they like. You were talking about cameras. I'm not using any of Raylib's camera stuff, just so you know. I'm not using a camera. I have, so here's how I render. I'm not using a camera. I have a render texture. All right, so my board gets drawn onto this render texture. And then you were mentioning it last time. I just draw that texture to the screen, scaled to the size that I want it to be scaled to. I'm in a 2D game. I'm not using a 3D game. So everything just goes onto one texture. I just draw onto one texture. That's all I do. Has 2D cameras. Oh, yeah, I know you mentioned that, and I was going, okay, well, maybe I should be using that. I don't know. This has worked just fine for me so far. What would be the benefit of a camera is a question that I have. So, like, why should I be using a camera over what I'm doing? It is a question I might have here. This seems to work okay. But yeah, this works great as well. Yeah, so that's the thing. Is like, I didn't know there was a camera. This was the solution I decided. I was like, well, I want to draw on a thing and then scale it up. You had mentioned cameras the last time you were here, and I was going like, I don't know what that means. I'm assuming that means I can have like a much more state, and then the camera will automatically clip things for me. I would have created a tile system and used the camera to render everything. Gotcha. Yeah, so that would be one way to do it. What I want to do here is, I think really the answer is I don't want to do this width thing. I want it based on the height. And what I really want to do is I just need to center it on the screen. I think is the real answer here, is that my scaled resolution should always be based off my height. So it's always based off my height, and then, oh no, it's not. No, it's not. So right here, it should still be using the width. So where am I getting? I'm getting stuck in this like weird logical place. Hang on. When I resize this way, H. Mendoza, welcome to the stream. Happy to have you here. The width and the height should be this. So now it's doing both. And then this thing just needs to get centered. There we go. Well, I'm not using my height. Never mind. This feels weird. Now I'm confusing myself is what I'm doing. which is a typical thing. Yeah. Trying to install Windows 3.11 on a virtual machine. Neat. Why? I'm making my own rendering pipeline. What's wrong with that? We're having fun with it. Oh, I did. I'm joking. Sorry. It feels weird. Sometimes we do what we must because we can. The height ratio here, and then so here I'm in this weird loop saying if the height is less than our screen width, I'm the duck here, creating my own ECS system from the ground. It's true you are, folks. If you guys want to watch an incredible developer creating their own game engine using Raylib in C#, be sure to go check out Andreas here. Plus, you get some of the best duck emotes around. Duck. Look at these ducks. Get that coffee duck. Go check out Andres Sastev. Thank you for being here. Napalm, welcome back to the stream. Happy Tuesday, my friend. I hope you're having a beautiful day. I'm struggling. I think I might need it. My brain, I'm so foggy this week. I've been so foggy this last couple days that for this is so interesting to me. Because now it's based only on the width. So when I scale up, it's based on the width. If I scale out, it's based on the width. Do you need to determine which is bigger, width or height, and then fix the ratio? Yeah, so what I want is... yeah, Mendoza, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. For some reason, the math is escaping me. If you want to constrain both width and height so the game always fits on the screen, you need to see which one fits best, width or height, then scale the other accordingly. Correct. So the one that fits best is the one that has like the smallest difference. Is that what it is? All right, so I think, all right, so let's do that. Double width diff is going to be math.absolute width minus, or we want the one that is with let's go with screen width minus width, double height diff, screen height minus height. Sorry, this should be board width. Wait, hang on. Board width, board height, or do we go ahead and do the aspect here, divide ratio? I think this is what I want. Width, height, like this. DJ Beats, we take some math and we look for success in the morning. Absolutely. Divide by the aspect ratio and see which number is higher. There, yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing here. Wouldn't it be this? So the height should be the ratio multiplied. Sorry. Oh, I have this wrong anyway. Screen width. So width diff, height diff, and then the one that is smaller, if width diff is less than height diff, we go with that, else width is equal to screen height times ratio. And then there has to be, this can't be. All right. So we're going to find the smaller. I might have this backwards. Okay. So the question is, this always. All right. It seems, I don't know. Is it always using height? No. Is it always using width? It's not. Okay. So it is switching. It is switching between the two. Why is it so hard? Does anyone else just need to center your board? I think it's working. Yeah. I either need to center my board or do this. So now, well, it still feels weird. I don't know if this is correct or not. We'll go full screen. Full screen works the way I want it to. Can resize this way. Resizing this way and that way just doesn't work anymore. Can't tell if it's actually working. I think I agree with that. The behavior feels better to me to have it centered on the screen. I feel like it's not working. Yeah. Which would mean if we switch these, my mouse is not working. My mouse has stopped working. Is this my mouse battery? I feel like something's terribly wrong with my mouse because I feel like I keep having to replace the battery. Thanks for being here, Andreas. Have a beautiful day. We'll catch you again soon. All right. I think I need to go grab batteries real quick. So we might have to go get batteries. I'm hoping it's just that my mouse batteries are dying. I might need a new mouse. This mouse seems to just be eating through batteries. I feel like I have to replace them every couple of days. And that's with me turning it off. So there's a switch on the wireless mouse that I switch off, and they continue to die. An option would be to get a, and I think these batteries are already dead. There it goes. Okay, those batteries aren't dead yet. Really frustrating. Let's try that. I don't think it's working. It feels weird that now it's always, so this is not working. I don't. That's not absolute. I think I need to sit down and actually write out the math here because I'm just guessing at this point. I need to draw it out. Need to draw this whole thing out here. I would like to. Well, you know what? That is correct behavior here. It's still as tall as it's supposed to be. All right, my mouse is driving me nuts. Hang on, folks. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. So, the behavior that I would like, if I were to shrink this, if I wasn't forcing the window to resize, is the behavior that I want. So, if I were to shrink this here, the width, it should take up this width. Which it works there. See, this is the incorrect width though. It should choose the height now. It should choose the height now. So I don't... It's definitely incorrect behavior. I think I need to draw this out to understand the math. I'm not able to do this in my head. The geometry's not that complex, but is too complex for me right now. So this is correct. Oh, wait, is this actually the right behavior? This is the behavior I want. If I shrink it, that's the correct height. It's doing it based off width. If I were to make this taller, hang on. I need to have it be... Okay, so now it is doing it. Okay, this feels correct. I shrink that down. This is correct. It just feels weird when it auto snaps the size because it makes it so that way when you're here and you drag down, you can't get it to be taller. And it's the issue that you were talking about, Smab, is as I'm pulling it forward, it would be great if I could make the window resize based off the direction I was pulling it. One thing that is... We'll center it on the window. Center in the window. So this is correct. The way I had it the first time was the correct behavior of what I'm wanting it to do. It's just when we snap the window size, it doesn't behave because we want... So you'd say, well, when I'm dragging from the bottom here, I want the window to be at least this tall, right? And so when the width can't get any taller, it keeps saying, oh, well, by the way, you can't do that. You can't do that. And then what will happen is if you have it sized well, when you go to be wider, it says, well, we can't actually be any wider. So we keep coming back. We keep coming back. So I think in this way, we're going to use this. And then I want to just center this to the screen. This is what I originally wanted to do with our aspect ratio. So, center screen is weird. What is center screen? It's probably just 0, 0. Okay. We can calculate the center of the screen as well. Get scaled resolution, and I'll do center screen equals get center screen. And this will, based on our scaled rectangle and our window size, it'll say where I need to center it. So this should be a vector 2. Why is it doing that? Is this because there must be ArrayLib? That's weird. Okay. All right, so this should be a vector 2. Get center screen. And this will be based off of our screen width and height, as well as our scaled resolution. So scale rect dot width. All right, we can just use these numbers here. So my X and Y should essentially be my scaled rect width minus my screen width. Screen width minus my scaled rect width. divided by 2. So this is what's left over divided by 2. We're going to shift over by that amount. And in our Y direction, it's the same. Screen height minus scale dot rect dot height divided by 2. We're going to find out how much space is left, divide it by 2, and shift the remaining amount. Vector 2 apparently doesn't take in. Oh, they need to be floats? Jeez. To solve this, we can do this, maybe? No. It's so weird. Let's try that. Wrong direction. Minus. This doesn't quite make sense to me. Why is it minus? That's bizarre to me. The minus doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand that. But this is good. I like this. We'll resize our game window nicely. Or not so nice if you get too small. Could potentially set a minimum window size. I think a minimum window size makes sense of the size of our screen. The pixels don't go below 1 pixel. The center screen is interesting to me. Now we have these negatives, and I'm wondering if it is these should be reversed. Like this. For some reason. I don't understand this. Because now it works out. I believe this is a negative number, though, because our scale width, this is going to be smaller than the screen width, so we do end up with a negative number. This is backwards. But there's also this inversion that I'm doing on these to draw them. Notice there's this like negative height, so I'm wondering if it's related to that. But it works. So we have this feature in. Do a format here. We have this. I'm wondering if we need to recalculate these things. Here, really, this calculation doesn't need to happen again. We need to just update those. Let's make sure this still continues to work. It does. Okay. I'm going to set a minimum screen width. I think I can do that. Raylib.set minimum window min size. And this is going to be our board width, board height. Okay. I also want to center it on the screen. I wonder if I do this. I'm curious. This will force it to resize. Oh boy. That is not what I want. Ryan, welcome to the stream. Good morning. Congratulations on number 20. There we go. It's moving it to the weirdest place, in my opinion. it's very interesting. The scale I think we can get rid of. Super interesting here. Oh, I set the size to 0, 0, so now it's doing weird things. That's what's going on. Doesn't like that. After we set it, I want to center it on the screen as well. I'd like to center it. So after we do this here, raylib.set window position. All right, I'm gonna just write a method center window. All right, we're gonna do this here instead. We can do both. Center window. Feel centered on its current monitor. That's the plan, at least. Raylib.get monitor size. Monitor information, monitor height and width. Int. Get monitor height and width and height. Get monitor. Oh, it's a proper. Oh, they are methods. What's going on with this? Do I have to give it a monitor number? There we go. It's so interesting. This is a convenience for me. This number 1 here. Raylib.window get window monitor. I don't know if there's a way to get the window monitor. It's gonna be a hack for me here, this 1. To do. Such a hack. How do I get the monitor I'm currently on? Monitor. Get monitor position. Get monitor physical width, refresh rate. XY. Get monitor name. Get monitor. I want to get the monitor of my window. Get current monitor. Get the current connected monitor. I don't know if this is correct, but we'll try that. Int monitor ID. Get current monitor. It says it's currently connected monitor. I don't know what that implies. Documentation's unclear. I'm hoping it means the monitor the window's currently on. They don't have a get window monitor, so you can't say which. You can't ask which monitor it's on in that way. We're gonna get the monitor back. At least we're gonna try this here. I might add in a little debug information here to see. It must be. That's the only thing it like that naming feels wrong. Get the comment here is weird. Get current connected monitor is a weird one to me. Let's go ahead and center it. Exactly, Smab. Exactly. It's just weird that the methods are not named inversely. So the naming feels weird there to me. Get window monitor or set current monitor would be what I would prefer it to be. I want them to match. Doesn't matter that much though. To viewport in JavaScript. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so we have the monitor width, the monitor height. We have the window int, window width, height. Get window. Get. What did I use before? window size. There's not a get window size. That is so interesting. There's a set window size. There's not a get window size. There's a get screen. Okay. Get screen width. Get screen height. These are just named so peculiarly. Because that's how I'm doing it here, so it makes sense. The names are all mixed up. It's wild. It's wild to me. Okay, so now we want to center this thing onto the screen. So raylib.set window position. The X is going to be our monitor width minus our window width. Divide by 2. Monitor height minus window height. Divide by 2. All right. And I guess I didn't need to pull these out. I only needed them once, so I can put these directly in here if I really want to. Let's see if that centers my window. It did on the wrong monitor. It did on the wrong monitor. We're going to try something here. Based off X and A, gotcha. Ooh, it still put it on that monitor. Raylib. I'm dot set monitor. This is a hack just for myself. Weird. That is interesting. Okay. I'm wondering... This order was important. That's really interesting. It's really interesting to me. Console.write line monitor ID. Dances with Dirt. Welcome back to the stream. Happy to have you here, Dance with Dirt. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Might need to print this out more. Science. How you doing, friend? I need to make this bigger here. Science, what have you been up to? Thank you for the shout out for Science there, folks. If you guys don't know Science streams, incredible science communicator. Streams every day. Go check him out. Give him a follow. I'm doing absolutely wonderful. Only I can wake up in the crew is a beautiful day. And Balint, now that you're here, it's even better. Even better. So it is giving me back. This is the monitor ID. This is interesting. Super interesting to me here. Come on, Windows. Let me resize you. Come on. There it is. Anyone else? There was an update recently. I swear that this used to not be so hard to get that resize to work. I feel like I have to. It's like the pixel getting it right there on the right line is so difficult for me. Feels new. So swap this in here. It's interesting to me that I have to set the window monitor here. If I don't set it here, I'm curious if it'll still be on the left side. It does. So that is definitely, this is a hack. hack for my streaming for Captain Coder's streaming monitor. This is the hack for which monitor to start it on. The one to my left is my default monitor. It centers it. It's interesting. It's super interesting. I think I'm gonna write an init window and put all of this good stuff in there. Really, all right. This is not. I'm getting. All right, let's do an init. Yeah, init window. Let's rename. We're gonna go ahead and center it during the initialization. Definitely want to do this. In an int monitor that we can pass it in here. And I need, so it's so weird. I'm gonna need monitor. Can get rid of this. What I think is going to be peculiar one. Monitor one is Captain Coder's streaming monitor hack. Centering it on that one over there. It's interesting because it's setting the resolution to the one over here. Windows isn't any IX. It has been the bane of programmers since multiple monitors was a thing. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we got that working. We got that working. I'm happy with this. I like the word kludge. I think the word itself helps to communicate the meaning of the word. Yeah, so this I think might be a formal definition of a kludge. All right, I think this is mostly okay. I don't understand why this needs to be here. Yeah, all windowing systems. I'm wondering if I can pull these here. So the question is, are these local variables? Ideally, yes. Okay, those are local. Down here, board width and board height are not local. Those are being used between the two. So if I were to take these out, here it wouldn't work for us. I'll get rid of this scale. Oh, maybe not. Ah, it just needs to be local. And double initial screen scale equals 1. Call this initial scale. Okay. All right, I'm feeling better about what's happening here. Some major refactors I want to do in this code, pulling things out. This main program is a nightmare right now. But let's do a format here. Let's look at what we've changed. We've implemented this. We've fixed this bug. We've implemented this feature. Imagine this is causing issues, but yeah, we need to know the size of this font before we can do this. So that's an interesting challenge. Got there, we did that. Center, screen, scale, rectangle. These are dimensions that we need. If we've resized the window, figure out the scale, rectangle, in the center of the screen. And then we just draw it onto this texture here. These are the methods we added. Initialize window. Is that a comment? Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. That's summary. Wonder why that is not currently working. Initializes the game window onto the specified monitor and centers it on the screen. Okay, one thing I wanted to check, I shouldn't be able to make this window smaller than the minimum. No, it shouldn't allow that. Yeah, it only allows me to increase the size. That's the minimum size. There we go. Full screen works. I like it. I like it. Okay. Summary. Put one of these on this as well. I don't need this anymore. Wait. What am I calling this? Oh, this is center. Get center screen is entering. Get board center offset is really what this is. Calculates the offset to position the game in the center of the offset the center. Calculates the offset to position the board in the center of the game window. And this one calculates the scaled resolution of the board based on the size of the game window. There we go. So those are the things we added. Little comment. Eventually I want to pull those out. This is sort of left over from some stuff I was doing previously, which is a little sad. And formatting, or maybe it's just I think it's just formatting that comment. Actually, it was there before, it just got formatted, and apparently wasn't formatted previously. Okay, we got it. Let's add this in. Feet, add implement aspect ratio scaling. There we go. We're going to push that up. We're going to open up this pull request. We'll review it, and then we're going to merge it in there. All right, so if we come over to our pull requests, oh, this isn't where I want to be. I closed that window. Didn't want to close that. Pull requests. Create a pull request. Implements and closes number 17. Fixes and closes number 17. Create this pull request. Let's double check, do a little sanity check on the file here. We just did this with the commit. Wrap time, welcome to the stream. Is there anything you don't use anything but the summary, e.g. there's there. So I should really use it, Smab. The reason is that VS Code doesn't show anything except the summary, which is quite annoying. Maybe it does now. It used to not show anything beside that. And so the answer is not a good answer. My answer to that is it's not a good answer. I don't have a good reason. It's basically laziness. Laziness is the answer. So no, the reason is a bad one. Shy Programmer, Rap Time, welcome back to the stream. Hope you're having a beautiful day, both of you. Glad to see you on this beautiful Tuesday. Okay. I'm glad you're doing well. All right. Nothing crazy here. Nothing crazy. So I think we're good to go. Someone say one of the 3 prime attributes of a good developer is laziness. Laziness. I prefer laziness is what we often say, but I think efficiency. Efficiency. Let's say efficiency is one of the 3 prime attributes of a good developer. All right. At some point, I got out of the habit of writing them at all. So you're one step ahead of me. I need to get back to them. I force my students. So I think the habit is that I force my students to write summary comments on anything that's public. They're required to have summary comments on anything that's public. Anything that's not private or internal. So anything that would be part of a public domain, like a public API. Protected, so public protected. If it's not private, you have to write a comment on it. So they start putting private on everything until then, oh man, I can't put private here. So we're gonna confirm this merge. Delete this branch. That issue gets closed. And we're one step closer to our dreams. Get checkout main. Meon main. Get pull. All right. Go ahead and delete this branch. So let me get branch -D17. Okay. We have just a little bit of time left. I think enemies should reset on player death. I think is a good. Will be good to have. And not too difficult to implement. Larry Wells said the 3 great virtues of a program are laziness, hubris, and impatience. I got the first and third, Ryan. Should also write more comments in my code. I haven't wrote any in a long time. I think that writing too many comments is worse than having no comments. Because the comments need to be maintained and often tell lies. So when you add in comments, they often tell lies because someone comes in and changes code later and then it breaks it. That said, I do think it is, if you're working with other people, even with yourself, future you, everything that's public really deserves a documentation comment. Why would you lie in comments? No, the comments, there wasn't a lie initially. Hang on, I just realized. There wasn't a lie initially. Smab, enjoy your lurk. There wasn't a lie initially. It's that there was a comment that told the truth, and then the code changed, and the comment did not. That's the problem. Let's check it out, Roku. Thank you for sending us something to check out here. Let's take a look. Give me a second. Yeah, why would you lie in a comment? Unintentional lie. Comments need to have purpose, otherwise it is being done for its own sake. Yeah, comments need purpose. So I got Roku here. The Pac-Man Oreos. We got Pac-Man Oreos. Let me see. Can I get this thing? What am I doing? Hang on. Something terrible is happening. Hang on. Why can't I use this feature? What is going on? Hang on, folks. Hang on. There's something. There's a tool I need to. I'm working on learning my power toys. And crop and share. Crop and lock. How do I activate crop and lock? It's not opening. Crop and lock. Control Shift T. I swear I was doing that. Control Shift T. Oh, I'm being caught up by, I think. Hang on. Let's try this. Control Shift T. What? There it goes. There it goes. All right, here's what Roku sent us. Never mind, it's not working. Here it is. Roku sent us. Captain should eat these in between current streams and as inspiration. I got the Pac-Man. The Pac-Man. I swear I said I think I didn't have the window selected properly. The Pac-Man inspired Oreos. Look at those. Is this real? This can't be real. I would be. Do we really have Oreos that come with less Oreo? Do really come with less Oreo, or is that just the joke? I would be unhappy if I bought some Oreo cookies shaped like Pac-Man. You're getting less. Look, now with 15% less Oreo. These are real. That's cool. That's cool. There's no. Did you buy them? I need to know if you bought these. Thank you for sharing these. Don't know if there's holes in them. The actual cookie doesn't have a chunk yet. Okay, I would not be happy if my cookie was missing 15% of the cookie. Make them slightly bigger cookies to account for the missing volume. That would be a lot of effort there, I think. All right, folks. In the UK, gotcha. I haven't seen them. I don't really go to. Yeah, I don't really often go to grocery stores. Write a really stern letter. So, do we have time for this issue? Reset the players on player death. The reason I think we have time for this is we almost have this. The guy who asked, welcome to the stream. Open Oreo less, me sad, but Oreo shaped like Pac-Man, so me happy. So I already have this. If I press R, the game resets. So I feel relatively confident. I don't think I can finish it in 20 minutes. Do we think we can finish it in 20 minutes? This feature here? The feature that on Pac-Man's death, the enemies... Right now, the enemies just pause. Resetting the enemies is sort of what I'd like to have happen. Let's at least create a branch for it. Enemy should reset on player death. Create a branch. And we're going to assign it to me. There we go. Now that we have that assigned, what I want to do, it does. We don't have any lives. That's also a thing that we need to add in. You'll notice in the issues, game should increase when you eat all dots. Enemy should decrease. Right now, when you die, the number of lives just decreases. Nothing resets, though. Nothing resets. So that's what I'm saying. We should be able to implement this. I'm thinking I can implement it relatively quickly. BK, I'm glad you feel like you're learning something. I sometimes feel like I learn. And look, I'm learning good practices as well. Enjoy your time, Shy Programmer. Thank you for popping in. BK says, I'm used to just branching off without issue management. I'm enjoying this. Normally, I don't do it on self projects. The reason I'm doing it here, and I think I'm going to start trying to keep doing it, is that people have been opening up PRs. Smab opened up PR. Tuber Tugger opened up some PRs. These are issues I would love to see more people. I want to encourage you guys to please, this is an open source project, to contribute. Click that issue button, find an issue, see if you can make a branch, do something with fork it, see if you can make some progress, and then send us a pull request. We'll do a code review on stream like we did with Tuber Tugger the other day. Okay. I feel like there's a nice refactor here. At some point I need to do just a refactor. So right now in our init game, this is how we init our enemies. Something I want to do in my game is I want to, if we come in here, there is a respawn. Respawn just resets the player. What I want to do is I want to take the original game state. I need to store that original game state so I can reset the enemies here. Proton, raiding me with those Proton viewers. Proton, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you for being here. You guys don't know the incredible Proton Fig, creator of Kart King. Go check him out. Click that follow button. Give him some love. We're speedrunning here. We're speedrunning, see if we can reset these enemies real quick. Proton, how was your stream? What were you working on? If you got some stuff to share with us, feel free to do so. I don't know if I'll have time to look at it because I only have 15 minutes and I really, really want to finish this here. But feel free to drop links in the chat. So I need to store my original enemy states. So the original positions and AI. So their behaviors change. So I've written this really convoluted behavior here that adjusts the behavior as it goes through. This needs to be refactored too. This is nightmare code here. So for each enemy, what I want to do here, let's create a private enemy actor array, initial enemies. Like this. When we create this, I actually want to go through for every enemy. I need to copy that enemy to this, and then when we do a reset, I need to copy the enemy back to this here. So our initialize enemies here. So initial enemies is going to be equal to enemies. Hang on, let me think about this. Yeah, this is what we'll do here. This is going to be equal to enemies like this. This doesn't make a copy of these enemies. It's the actual original enemies. Then enemies here needs to, I guess we could actually do init, call respawn, init game. This doesn't set enemies properly here because it needs to be non-null. Content factory. All right, initial init game. Let's just do an enemies equals initialize enemies, like this. Proton stream was good. I'm glad to hear that. Did some music, then coded some 3D, and last watched some demos. Very nice, very nice. Sounds like a lovely stream. Private void private enemy actor array initialize enemies. We're gonna make enemies equal a new enemy actor array of initial enemies dot length. Then we're gonna say for int ix equals 0, ix less than initial enemies. That's what I want to do. It's not what I want to do. I want to do initial enemies dot select, and then we're going to do a clone enemy here. Clone the enemy, and then put this into an array. So then I can write the code just to clone a single enemy, private enemy actor, clone enemy, enemy actor, enemy, and I make a brand new enemy, new enemy actor, and it basically needs to have all this stuff, enemy dot position, enemy dot, what are the arguments? Enemy dot speed, enemy dot direction, then we can use the initializer, which say behavior equals enemy dot behavior, like this. Okay, and I think I can actually do enemy dot position. Yeah, enemy speed equals enemy dot speed. Current. I don't know if I can actually do this. For the following reason, I think my constructor requires these. Yeah. So I can't do that. It's okay. I'm down here like this. So we'll clone the enemy. Surprised the enemy isn't here because I need a private set. There it is. Can no longer just initialize them. I need a private set. Not contain anything in the current context. Initialize. Oh, I need a return. Should just be this. Can I not call methods in a constructor? Does not exist in the current context. Do I need to make it? I've spelt it wrong. Thank you. There we go. Map, that way. I looked at it. I thought I saw the spelling and I was going like, no, it's spelled right. Okay. This here. This feels like it should actually be a method on actor or enemy actor. This one here. So I'm going to actually put this in. I'm going to make this an extension method. No worries, no worries. Thank you for the lurk. All right, so the refactor here. I actually like this less than doing it this way, even though it is just returning something. I like it less when we respawn, create a new player, and then enemies equals initialize enemies. I think this will do it. I think this will do it. Let's give it a shot. I'm going easy feature, maybe. Let's let all the enemies trickle out here. The dots don't reset, but the enemies do. Oh, that guy got stuck in there. That's interesting. Doing this broke the enemy behavior. That is really weird. These behaviors are written in a crazy... I already said that this is a nightmare here. The way I've done this behavior is horrible. Pac-Man, baby, Cricket. Welcome to the stream. How many have you here? I need to rebuild all of these or something? Well, it's a major refactor. Yeah, this is why I was worried I wouldn't have time to actually finish this on stream. We only got 4 minutes left. I was hoping to make this an easy fix. Either that, because we should be cloning the enemies. This is a little peculiar to me. I don't quite understand this. Initialize enemies. Should be creating brand new clones. Cloning the enemy. Because we're going through the original enemy actor. What's interesting here is I feel like I want to try something real quick. Enemies equals. Did I break something with them exiting? I'm pretty sure it's the initialize. What's weird is this, it doesn't, I'm confused initially. All right, so this guy after 7 seconds should come out. It's not the official. Yeah. The behavior. All right, when I die, it's going to reinitialize them, but their behavior is going to be, oh no, it didn't. What? Because I didn't clone them. I didn't clone them. Yeah. It's not, it's actually updating the originals where initialize is cloning them, or it should be. Oh, it's this. It's this. This action then should take I see. This should be this needs to be not an action. Let's look at action. This is broken. Let's do a quick fix on this. Action, this needs to take in the the actor to be performed on. Enemy actor here. And yeah, invoke on our actor. So it's invoking it on the one that's part of the clone, not the one that's being passed in. So these now become how to call this actor. This should also, this all needs a refactor here. This whole chunk needs a refactor. It's bad. Yeah, that's all right. So this WoW behavior should take in at least this much enemy actor. Like this. I don't have time. 3 minutes. 3 minutes, folks. We got 3 minutes. Predicate cannot take in two things. That's disappointing. This is bad. This is bad. All right. We got 3 minutes. We got 3 minutes. This should be game. Actor. We're going to delete these anyway. These are going to get refactored. Rap time. It's true. Time for a to-do comment. Time for a sadness is really how I'm feeling right now. Game. Actor. Can it? Well, let me do this. It won't let me do that. Actor pair. All right. Sad. This is very sad. All right. So this is the fix that I want here isn't going to come through. All right. This builder thing here is really awful. It's true. It's a cloud of disapproval. This won't fix it because this needs to be the actor that we're operating on, not the player. Smab, absolutely. So we're gonna stop here. We're gonna have to come back to this. Unfortunately, I knew that this was not gonna be to make it a little bit better. All right, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out. Let's go raid someone. Let's go find a target here. Raid the grumpy game dev, maybe. All right. We raided Practical yesterday. You're welcome. Thank you guys for being here. Me Magatron's always fun. C# Fritz is always good stuff. Maybe C# Fritz. Sherry makes art. Return to learning Kotlin. Booyah Grandma. Let's go raid Booyah Grandma. Booyah Grandma came and hang out with us on Saturday for our showcase. All right, folks. I'm going to head out. I'll be back tomorrow. Keep coding. Keep growing. Keep being the best you can be. You're welcome back anytime. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.